The New York Knicks on an 8-game win streak, ladies and gentlemen. You see this right here. Julius Randle is out here hitting game-winning buckets, ladies and gentlemen. We got to pay the utmost homage to this man, Julius. Yo, Julius Randle is definitely putting New York City on his back. Dare I say he's a clutch player now. The last time, we seen Julius in some pressurized situations, he didn't come up so big. He owes New York City. You remember the last time we seen him in the postseason. He really screwed us. It was hurtful. New York will never forget that. He has an opportunity right now, sooner, and it's going to be sooner or later for him to rekindle all of the stuff that happened with the Atlanta Hawks. But screw all that. We're not discussing the Atlanta Hawks. We're discussing the situation that has happened when they have beaten the Miami Heat. And we're going to get into the sorry Miami Heat. But it's a celebration right now for New York Knicks fans. The Knicks are 5th right now in the Eastern Conference. And, they just beasting. They taking their games to levels never before seen. Julius the Chef Randle, 43 buckets, ladies and gentlemen. Pay the utmost homage. 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Jalen Brunson, who is the driving force of what's going on right now with New York City. 25 buckets, ladies and gentlemen. 8 assists for Jalen Brunson. R.J. Barrett, I want to see a little bit more from R.J., but we'll get to that later. R.J. is doing this thing in a team structure. 17 big buckets tonight. Did his thing. We got to listen. The Knicks are balling. You got Quickly out there coming out. He was huge tonight. 21. Doing his thing. The Knicks are going to be a threat in the playoffs, y'all. And they're showing it game in and game out. If they can roll into let me tell you something. Let the Knicks roll into the postseason hot like this. It's going to be a problem. New York City stand up is going down, man. It's unbelievable right now what's happening with the Knicks. They just give credit to Tom Thibodeau. He's doing his thing as well. The Knicks are just balling. They balling. The Miami Heat, they is in a tough spot, man. Things are not looking so great, for the hapless Miami Heat. 33 points tonight for Mr. Jimmy. You got Bam Adebayo. He had 18 points tonight. Tyler Hero, he had 29 points. It's crazy. Caleb Martin, he produced a little bit for him tonight. But the story is really about Julius, and where he's going to take his game and where his game is going. Like I said, he's a clutch player now, in terms of, getting the job done for New York City. It's time, and we're going to need this. There's going to be times in the playoffs where, you're going to go toe-to-toe with a team, and like I said, you're going to need a guy like Julius to really come in there and give them what's needed. The standings is crazy right now. And I'm looking at the 4-5 matchup, and the Knicks are surging. They on Cleveland heels. They did the right decision not giving up, all of those pieces to go get Donovan Mitchell. And Donovan Mitchell, he really should have picked New York City. For you not to, I get to that another subject, even though I'm happy with what's going on with the team we have. Donovan Mitchell had an opportunity to move the needle to get him to New York, but he didn't. And now you're in Cleveland and you got the Knicks stomping and stepping all over your heels, making you look like a fool because, you in Cleveland. You dropped 70-something, for the Cavs. It was cool for an hour or two, but it's not like you did 70. You dropped 71 for the New York Knicks. You dropped 71 for the New York Knicks. It's immortalized. It takes on a life of its own. It's something. Let me tell you, the Knicks are just a different breed. New York City is back. The NBA, screw that, not just the NBA, basketball in general is better when the New York Knicks are balling. And the New York Knicks have been balling for for some years now. The past, 3 seasons? Last year they had a little droppage, but we all know where the last time we seen the Knicks, they was a top 4 seed in the East. And they looking like they about to regain that claim. The New York Knicks are, dare I say, one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team. Obviously, you got the Milwaukee Bucks. But outside of that, you're going to tell who's hotter than the New York Knicks? I mean, seriously, you can go to the teams that made moves. You got Dallas, you got Phoenix. I mean, ain't nobody had a New York is on Fuego. Seriously. And Julius Randle is just a chef. I mean, he putting guys in the blender. He's showing the versatility. The man is a powerhouse. And if he can hit this three ball, that was a clutch shot, man. We just got to call it how it is under serious distress, to hit that bucket, man. I mean, that was just completely fabulous, and they got some home run hitters, man. The thing to me that changes everything is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson he brings a calming demeanor to this team, that they have not had. And we need to celebrate Julius Randle. We need to celebrate the New York Knicks, as they continue this winning streak that they have, and I think the sky's the limit, man. I think they could take this high. I think they're just getting started. They got themselves a tough game. They're going to put this streak on the line against the Boston Celtics. And the Knicks, they pretty confident against Boston. That's why I feel like it's going to be a serious... Listen, defense travels. The Knicks are a great defensive team under Tibbs, and they play with immense heart. So a team like Boston is not going to intimidate the New York Knicks. And you already heard, you heard, Malcolm Brogdon state about the New York Knicks, how tough they are to play against. So this is a tough basketball team. And then you got the Hornets, and then you got the Kings. And who knows how much they can win. I mean, and I want to speak to Knicks fans too. Don't expect, it's not the end of the world if they lose. I would love for them to go and finish the whole season perfect, but I'm just being realistic. As long as the Knicks could go into the postseason hot, like let's say they lose less than 4 or 5 games to close the season. I think that's damn near perfect, and it's going to be spectacular to see where they land, because of the playoff seedings is going to be a tough situation. Because I even think the Cleveland matchup would be box office, but you got star power there, obviously in Mitchell. I think that's going to be tough for the New York Knicks. But if you got a guy like Julius Randle taking his game, see, the thing is like this, in the playoffs, games are going to be close. If Julius can win some of these games, I think it changes the whole dynamic. And now you got Brunson who can make the game easier for him. Before it was nobody really there to make it easier. Yeah, you had guys like Rose in spurts, but Rose is not Rose like he was, and you had Julius just getting the ball, barreling over defenders, chucking shots, or you got a defender too. It was just ridiculous. This season, in the playoffs, Julius is poised and motivated to shake off all of those cobwebs that happened with the Atlanta Hawks. It's Flight Sports TV. Listen, the New York Knicks on the 8-game win streak. Homage must be paid. Hit that like button. We're gonna be going live on the New York Knicks. There's so much to talk about. If you're a Knicks fan, hit the like button and subscribe. Peace and love.